everybody, and welcome back to the channel. This is not our typical video. We're going to be talking a little bit about some things. It is going to get a little political, so if you don't want to hear that type of stuff, we completely understand. So turn off the video now if you don't want to watch it. Otherwise, let's get started.
We're really pissed about the way that Trump has been treating people lately, especially with SNAP and people's health care and everything.
Yes, and he just had the Supreme Court side with him about SNAP, so he doesn't have to pay out for SNAP now.
Just go ahead and say your opinion on everything, how you feel.
I don't know. It's hard for me to talk about stuff like that. But I do think it's disgusting. They only care about themselves, their money, and their rich friends. That's it. They don't care about everyone else. They're starving people, and people won't have access to health care, and it's just messed up.
It pisses me off, like people like me who are living off of SSI, which can barely pay the bills. I mean, I shouldn't have to be getting handouts from my brother and my dad to be able to live and everything. And neither should other people have to rely on other people to live. And don't use that saying of, go get a job. Most of these people have a job, and I'm trying not to curse here, because YouTube does not like it when you curse. But they don't have a damn job, is what they're thinking people don't have, when they damn well do have a job and can barely make money for food, shelter, and also their medical care, which most jobs don't give them health insurance and have to pay for it out of their pocket, which is not good, while other countries will help pay for stuff like that. And they don't sit there and try to be a king and try to rule this country the way they want to rule it, like Trump does. All he cares about is himself and nobody else, and just his cronies, which are willing to give him money for a stupid ballroom, which is just a rouge, just to up the bunker that's underneath of it. Because if it was Obama that would have done this, he would have been immediately impeached. Or if Biden would have done this, same thing. And even George Bush would have been thrown out on the street somewhere for it. So it's not good that this is happening, and it's really sad that we have to live like this in this country, when this used to be the country that everybody looked up to. No matter if you were white, black, purple, green, red, yellow, you could be in this country, no matter what your religion was. And now he wants to send his minions, the fake police out there who just come and round everybody up that he doesn't like, which is stupid.
I don't really know what else to add to that off the top of my head, but it is stupid.
Yes, we're just looking for your opinions here. But how you feel about ICE rounding up people and people not having their health care or being able to afford food because it's too darn expensive. Because Asian markets, you can find cheap food because they're not jacking up the prices like these corporations are. I mean, food doesn't really cost as much as they say it does. They're just doing it for profits. It's why food is so expensive. Food doesn't have to be as expensive as it is. It's not like that in other countries.
No, it's not like that in other countries that I know of. Anyway. I don't know.
Yes, they're just looking for just your opinion on everything. And how you really feel. I mean, you could speak your mind here. This is where we're opening up to speak our mind. Don't worry about what other people are going to say.
I never
Just
said that.
speak your mind and what you want to speak. Like, I'm speaking my mind here. If I could curse, I would be cursing here, but I can't. Because this is very important to me, especially when I have to deal with this stuff. When I get SNAP benefits, I get SSI and stuff. and I only get $967 a month for it. And that's not even enough to live off of. Like if I didn't have help with a roof over my head, or help with food, or help with paying the bills like the electric bill or the heating bill and stuff, I'd be out in the street because I wouldn't have enough to even pay for an apartment or even to buy food, let alone on top of that. And when I was working for Speedway, it was not even a livable wage. I was making like $400 a week or something, if I remember correctly, like that. And that wouldn't be enough to live off of in this economy, with the way Trump wants to run it, and constantly putting tariffs on everything, which doesn't help the world at all. It just hurts everybody, because we pay the tariffs, not the countries that he thinks pays for it. And what's your opinion on the idea of tariffs and stuff being thrown on the people?
That's not right either, because we end up having to pay for it. Everything gets more expensive and nobody can afford anything. So.
And half these dum-dums, which I don't want to name because YouTube might not like that name, people that begin with the letter M are a bunch of dum-dums and not realizing how bad it really is. All they want to say is Trump is their guy, their guy, their guy. Because all they care about is what he thinks. And they only want to care about themselves and their families. But look at it now. Who are all the people in the lines at the food banks and stuff? All those M people, which shall be not named, but still. Even I use the food banks, but I'm not going now because of the fact that I'd rather someone who's less off than I am have the food over me. Plus, in Ohio or Cincinnati area food banks, they're terrible. They give you, most times when I went, it would be rotten vegetables, frozen meat like chicken legs, and cheap frozen logs of turkey and stuff like that. And a lot of times when I would get the onions, they'd be already growing another onion, or they'd be moldy, and potatoes would not last. There'd be the point where they would be, in a couple of days, be squishy. Same with a lot of other vegetables. It's like, what do they want people to eat? A bunch of rotten vegetables? I'm tired of these companies saying that they're helping out the food banks, but they give them all their rotten food. The stuff that they couldn't sell in the grocery stores because they're on the verge of going bad. I wish they would send more of their fresher stuff. Yes, it might cut into their profits, but it's better to help out the poor than it is to just be paying for the rich, people that can afford everything. You have to realize not everybody can afford everything, and not everybody is able-minded and able to just go to the store. Some people are disabled and have to get stuff delivered, and that gets expensive too. I mean, I wish that they didn't have all these delivery fees on everything that cost so much money. Like if you get from DoorDash and stuff, they upcharge everything. It's like if you don't pay for their service, you're not going to get free delivery. And it's like they give you a fee, then they give you taxes, and then they give you another delivery fee.
And then they say they'll have this thing that'll pop up after you've already tipped them. Then it'll pop up again and say tip them again when you already tipped them.
Thinking you want to tip them even better than what it was originally. Sorry about the cough. But anyways, they don't care. It's like all these corporations care about is money, 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 and more money. Money is not going to be spendable when you're dead 6 feet under.
That's why I always say you can't take it with you when you go, basically.
And you know, this with Snap is all because of money. Trump just wants the money for himself and nobody else. He wants to just worry about himself. And If you wanted to do that, then what's the point of becoming president if you're only going to care about yourself? The job of the president is not to care about yourself. It's to help the American people or any other country that has a president. To care about your people, not just yourself. This is not North Korea or Russia. This is United States of America. And I can see why a lot of people now are wanting to leave the country and not stay here. They just want to just get away from his regime and all his minions and all his fascist pieces of junk, which I'd rather use another choice word, but you know what I said, I don't want to piss off YouTube. And still, it's just sickening that they just want to do that to his people. To the people that are going to be taking care of his kids when he goes. Just think, everybody's pissing off now is going to be running this country. Like all the kids now. And you wonder why the Democrats did so well in the elections this year. It's all because of him. It's not because of like what he's saying is that he wasn't running. Yeah, your party was running and they were a bunch of dummies. And he's running on stuff that wasn't important. People care about is food and shelter and people helping who really care about this country. We don't need to be giving other countries $40 billion and everything else. We don't need to be passing out our money to other countries when you can't even help the country that you're supposed to be in charge of.
Yeah. And it needs to be about helping your own people too, not just others.
Helping others is good to a point.
Yeah.
It's like when it affects your own country, that's to the point where it's not good to be giving out your money to other countries. And Trump himself came out and said that he actually was helping Russia. He physically said it himself. And I bet that makes everybody mad knowing that he did that. Unless you support him in Russia.
Yeah.
But I think anybody watching this video probably is not a Trump supporter. Which I'm not going to go against you if you are, because everybody's toned to their own opinion of who they like and who they don't like and what political party they want to be part of. Just like Sumner and I, we care more about the Democratic side of things. They actually want to get things done. And it's not the Democrats' fault that the government shut down. You can blame Mike Johnson for that, who doesn't want to restart the government. All he wants to do is do recess after recess after recess, just because he can't get his way. And in the midterms, he's probably going to end up getting arrested with the rest of them, because some of them even said if they lose in the midterms, they're going to get arrested.
Yeah.
And I understand you don't have a lot to say, but it's good to hear your side of the story too.
I'm sorry, I can't think sometimes.
Yeah, that's what she's dealing with, sinus pressure right now, which doesn't help.
Yeah, and I need to blow my nose soon. Sorry. I don't mean to sniff, but I didn't realize it was going to run like that all of a sudden.
Yeah, because it can be a pain in the butt sometimes when you're
Yeah.
trying to support yourself and your family, and you're bending over backward, having 2, 3, 4, 15,000 jobs, and it's not paying the bills.
And you got people with disabilities who physically or mentally cannot work because they can't drive, they can't handle the pressures of it, you know, and they're not part of the conversation a lot of the times, and they need the help, even though sometimes we don't want to have the help for the rest of our lives, but
Yes, and you have to think about it. People don't care.
yeah,
A lot of those M people are going to become those disabled people one day and be mentally challenged and stuff with like dementia and stuff. They're going to want the help and say, and some people can say, you didn't help us, so why should we help you? But I wouldn't do that to them, even though they didn't, when they were able-minded and didn't care about it. I wouldn't let them just starve on like what they would do.
Yeah.
I wouldn't deny them the medical care because of their religion, their color, their skin, or what sex they go by. I don't care if you're LGBTQ. I'm not discriminating against you,
Yeah.
no matter who you are. It's in nobody's right mind to discriminate anybody. Everybody's allowed to have their own opinion and love who they want to love and everything else. Unlike our government, who wants to not do anything except for the Democrats. But sometimes I do think the Democrats needs to put their foot down and then do something instead of being all talk and no action.
Yeah. A lot of people need to have a backbone. It's taken too long and too much has happened. And now people are going to starve and not have health care and probably die. Because they took too long to stand up and do the right thing. And then because of the shutdown, we have all the chaos at the airports, them canceling flights and stuff, and it's just going to get worse. And I have to fly back to Virginia on the 18th, but we'll see.
If not, her mother's going to have to come pick her up.
Ugh.
With the one person she doesn't want to
Yeah, because
come.
I have to ride in the back seat the whole all those hours back home, and I usually don't like riding in the back seat because for some reason in her car, the back seat, my mom's car, because she has a big SUV, a 2013 Ford Edge, and I'm always so low in the back seat, and I hate it.
I always hate when they put the back seats low. But they always think it's for kids.
Yeah.
Back seat is not just for kids.
Yeah.
And they're always so low half the time.
I've never been able to read or anything in any moving vehicle because I get nauseous. So.
And I hate trying to type when you're on a phone or something when I'm moving in a moving vehicle because it gets shaky.
Yeah, when you go over bumps and stuff and then you mess up.
Or just driving in period.
Yeah.
Or cars that have tiny doors that you can't get through.
Yeah.
When you're a bigger person like I am.
Or the big cars that you have to get in and out of when you're a shorter person. I banged my knee on the door. Ow.
Especially when people lift their vehicles up and not keep it to the right height. Because I can't climb into vehicles because of my weight. And yes, I will be working on my weight.
Yeah, and I'm short, so it's harder for me to climb into bigger vehicles as well. And I'm clumsy. I will trip over my own feet.
Yes, and it sickens me how people also judge people for their weight too.
Yeah.
Just like they want to now judge people by they want basically if you are overweight or have a disability, you're not gonna. They want the immigration to deny you a visa.
Yeah, now he wants they want them to discriminate against people who are obese, that have sleep apnea, diabetes. And they not be allowed to get a visa now for some reason. As if he's the healthiest person in the world with all his McDonald's. No.
Yes, and calling the kettle black. Look at how overweight the dum-dum is.
Yeah.
He's way overweight. I don't care if I'm calling your guy dum-dum because he is dum-dum for thinking that he can get away with stuff while the rest of the world can't.
Yeah.
When they're doing the same thing that he's doing, discriminating people. It's like this is not the 1930s. This is not Germany. You're not the H word.
Yeah.
Which I don't want to mention his name because YouTube might not like it. Like TikTok doesn't like that name.
Yeah.
Like you'll get in trouble if you say the guy with the H name. With the ER at the end of his name.
Yes.
And you should know who I'm talking about. And he claimed he was Christian and he started out Catholic and everything. And look at what he turned into. I'm not going against the Catholic religion because I'm Catholic myself, but still that he was Christian, claimed to be Christian. And look at all these people that claim to be Christian and they're a piece of garbage. I mean, how can you claim if you're Christian? Because it doesn't say in the Bible to deny the foreigners. That tells you to help the foreigners and stuff in your country in the Bible.
Yeah.
And
I don't know what else to add to that off the top of my head, but
like some
yeah.
like how some of the stuff that how you've grown up and stuff, how it was for you when you were. So like how you grew up and stuff because of,
What do you mean?
like how you grew up like with like
What?
was it like your mother being strict and stuff on
Not
you?
really.
Strict with stuff, certain things.
Not really.
Things and like everybody does everything differently.
Yeah.
Like how they're raised and stuff.
Yeah, that.
But sometimes it could be for the bad. Because a lot of these M people were raised wrong and that's how they were and that's why they act like they do because of how they were raised, how their parents treated them. I know a lot of people don't want their kids to grow up the way that they did. And like even J.D. Vance, he grew up needing food stamps and everything when he was growing up. And now he's trying to deny it from people.
Yeah.
Along with Trump, just because he gets money. And to realize, he's making fun of all these foreigners when his wife is a foreigner.
Yeah.
Same with Trump,
Yeesh.
who they had several wives that were foreigners. And still doing that. And I don't think that's right that he should be doing stuff like that. Both of them. Just because they don't like the color of their skin, they shouldn't be sending ICE out there to go round up people. ICE is not the military. They're not the police. They should not be having ballistic missile access. I mean, what the hell do they need missiles for? Are they going to start blowing up American citizens? And it's sad to see that they're taking and destroying families and taking kids away and throwing them into different places without their parents being around. And their parents are often in a separate state or something while the kids are in another state. It pisses me off. And they're like, and they said that they're all for kids, like with abortion and stuff. It's like they say they don't like abortion and stuff, but then they don't want to help the kids after they come out of the womb. So if they come out of the womb, they say, "Screw you, I'm not helping you," and they want to take away voting rights from women. Now, how do you feel about that? Since you're a woman.
Yeah, I know. I don't know.
Hey, you can tell your opinion on that, how you feel.
Unbelievably crazy.
That we shouldn't be rolling back this country. You should be advancing the country, not turning it back to the 1800s. This is not the 1800s.
Yeah.
Not the 1700s. This is the 21st century. 2025. You should be better than that. And they need term limits for the Supreme Court.
Yes.
And also better age limits too. Like you can only be a president up to a certain age. Like you shouldn't be a president when you're 79 or into your 80s. I mean, Trump, he's older than Reagan was when he was president.
Yes.
And Reagan was a Republican, just like him, but he didn't do this crap. He demanded the Berlin Wall come down, and it came down. He was more helpful than, some of his politics were not the best in the world, but still, he was better than what we got now, and so was even Bush, when people weren't too happy about him with the wars and everything, and his father with the Gulf War in 1990 and stuff. People weren't too fond of that, but they weren't as bad as what we got now. I'd rather have them over what we have now. Even Clinton, when he had Monica and everything, he was even better than what we got now. And not trying to be a conspiracy theorist here, but I really do believe that this election was stolen by him and Elon messing with the voting machine somehow. And Kamala should have won. And how do you feel? Do you feel like they were compromised because they were using the internet when they weren't supposed to be connected to the internet? And they didn't realize they were turned on to the internet. Because the only time it's supposed to be on the internet is when they're counting the ballots, not for when you're casting your ballot. They were invalidating people's ballots and stuff. Saying that you voted for one person when you actually voted for the other person, or just didn't vote at all. And they're saying a ton of people didn't vote. Well, you didn't count their vote. How do you feel about that one? About people getting their votes suppressed by the two dummies?
I don't know. Not much you can do about it after all this time.
Yes, I know you can't change it after he's been sworn in as president, but you should be able to, like, if you find out that he cheated, you should be able to remove the president if he's cheated, and not just live with it. How do you feel about that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't understand how they're not seeing what he's doing is wrong and illegal. And they just continue to let him do whatever he wants.
Like letting people starve and
Yeah.
have severe injuries and stuff and not helping them, like denying people certain medications that they need and everything. Raising the cost of prescription medicine coming from foreign countries. And the reason people get that medicine from foreign countries is because it costs too damn high in the United States for your medicine. Granted, I get it free since I have Medicaid, and you have Medicaid too.
Yes.
But there's a lot of people,
For now.
people who don't have that luxury, and with the way the government's going, Medicaid could go like the way of the dodo bird.
Yeah.
Be extinct. Because if they had it their way, they would have you be paying private insurance for everything.
If they can stop funding SNAP, they can stop funding Medicaid and all that, because they don't care. That means more money for them, and that's all they care about is more money for them.
They need to realize you can't spend the money when you're 6 feet under and
I already
dead,
said that.
or when you've been cremated. They have more money than they know what to do with in a lifetime. You don't need trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars. Like Elon and his company and his stockholders saying that Tesla can now pay him out $1 trillion. So now Elon's a trillionaire since they're going to be paying him money now for it, which I think is stupid. He doesn't deserve that money. He doesn't just run these companies. He takes them from other people who have already started the company. He just turns them into things. Think of how better Twitter was before he turned it into X. Way better. I mean, I know I'm going off on the subject here, but it still flows into how these billionaires and everything want to take over the world and think that they are better than the average person who can barely pay for anything. I don't want the United States to turn into North Korea, where you have to do what Trump says or else.
Yeah. Then you had down in Florida, they wanted to put people with autism in camps because they think they can cure autism. You can't cure autism. And it's not, Tylenol has nothing to do with autism either.
Yes, and even Dum RFK Jr. even came out and finally said that it doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
And how is someone who has a messed up brain running our healthcare system.
And how does he think that circumcision has anything to do with autism? What does that mean for the women and girls who have autism then? How do they get it?
Women don't have foreskins.
Yes.
Women don't have a penis. Well, in his eyes, he thinks that probably all women do. He probably thinks all women are nothing but LGBTQ trans people. No. And look, some of those people, like J.D. Vance, used to dress up in drag, and then they're making fun of it. And there's actually pictures of him dressed up in drag. And I hate that I live in the same city that he grew up in. And because always, every time he's here, they block off a big giant chunk of the road, and everybody hates it because they have to go 3 billion miles out of the way just to get around it.
Yeah, they wanted to drain the Ohio River that one time when he was on the river or something.
They rose the Miami River
whatever.
just so he could go use his darn kayak.
Yeah, that thing.
And they literally rose the height of the river for it.
Yeah.
Which should be illegal to mess up in the environment like that. Because that could have environmental effects on especially like the fish, the birds, and everything else. And how Trump wants to turn over and start drill, baby, drill. The more you drill, the more you're going to kill the world.
Yeah.
Every time you drill, it ends up putting another hole in the earth, which could end up making the earth not last as long and everything. Raise the temperature of the earth. And yes, climate change is real, and like dumb thinks it's not.
Yeah.
And all this stuff that he's and his minions are doing, it's just hurting the country. And not just our country, it hurts all countries for what he does. Because that's the effect, like if he's not sending out stuff from the United States or getting in goods from other countries, that's not helping them or helping us.
And he wants to import beef from Argentina that is diseased.
Would you want to be eating diseased beef?
No. And don't get me started on all the recalls on our own stuff lately, all listeria and stuff.
But at least one thing that's good that our government's doing is looking into why we have radiation in shrimp.
Yeah, they're finally.
I want to know is where the hell they're storing the shrimp to get radiation in the first place.
No,
what are they doing? X-raying the shrimp to see if there's any foreign objects inside them? But there's no way for shrimps to get foreign objects in them to begin with, because of what they eat. They're like bottom feeders and stuff. They don't eat that stuff like that, unless they're worried about micro pieces of metal inside them that they're eating up.
Ugh.
But that's your own fault for putting trash and stuff into the ocean, like they do off that one off in New York and stuff, or they're sending trash out into outer space. And yes, that is a thing. They do send trash out into outer space, which doesn't.
That reminds me of an episode of Futurama with the big trash ball in outer space.
Yes, which doesn't help the universe.
You.
Universe and stuff, which I think is stupid. That they want to pollute the Earth and then they want to go and pollute outer space at the same time.
I feel like Trump is our version of Lex Luthor, and we need a Superman to come and, Let's not go into details of that, though.
Yes, and we wish that Superman was real.
Yes.
I mean, there actually could be people like that on Earth that we don't even know about. But it's an impossible thing. You don't know what's really out there.
Yeah.
There could be people from other planets coming here to help us. But if they are, they better start helping. And not just sitting behind and not doing anything.
So I always believed in the possibility that all things in the paranormal world exist. Not that they truly 100% existed, because we don't know for sure. But that's what fascinated about it for me, was the possibility that it was real. It is real, or whatever.
Yes, and there's people who claim that they talk to aliens and stuff, but they have nothing to show for it.
Yeah.
It's like they act like they are relaying stuff that they're saying and stuff. When how do we know when they keep saying they're going to be coming and coming and coming?
And they still haven't come in how many months now?
There's one person on TikTok that keeps claiming that she talks to them, and we've gotten out of watching her videos because we don't believe her anymore.
Yeah. Except for the drones you hear outside all the time.
Yes, and we do see that all the time, and it does circle my building almost every single night up until like 5:30 in the morning. It's like basically from 9:30 to 5:30 in the morning. It's circling my building.
Yeah.
And if we could have video of that, we would prove it to you, but it's hard to capture because it's at nighttime and it's dark out.
Yeah. It's hard to focus when it's darkened.
And I had to prove it to you that it wasn't a plane. You thought it was a plane.
That's what it sounded like at first.
And then I proved to you that it was circling the building and that they're too low to be a plane and the amount of lights on it. And they're more like a triangle shape, is basically how the lights were on the bottom of it. Because I've been on enough planes to know about where the lights are located. Because the lights are on the wings of the plane, not underneath the plane, where by the wheels and stuff.
Yeah.
They're more on the wings and stuff. And I hear these every night. They're so loud I can hear them through my windows being shut.
Yeah.
Everything. And people don't think that it's real. There could be a possibility of other beings coming to this planet. And believing that even the fact that dinosaurs are real. Horrors are real and stuff. Thinking that we still probably got animal stuff left over from that time period. Like in our fish and stuff.
Yeah.
Probably left over from then. That didn't get wiped out. And stuff. But anyway, we shouldn't. But anyway, I know I'm getting off topic over here again, but still, Trump should be helping the country, not telling them what they can and can't do, and tell them how they can eat, because he's now telling people, "Ooh, just eat less, and you can save on your budget." People are already eating less. I know I should eat less. I eat too big a portion size. Yes, I'm admitting it. I overeat because I eat giant portion sizes. Because I was like that when my mother was alive, where I would sit there and eat too much because she wouldn't go get groceries, and I'd be sitting there hungry and eating like stuff that she's going to tell you about.
And she was a Trump supporter too.
Yes. And what were some of the stuff that I was eating when she was living here with me?
She wouldn't go to the grocery store until there was hardly any food left in the house, and all you had to eat was the cream of mushroom soup in the can. And you had to sneak into the kitchen to get food because she didn't like it. He would go into the kitchen to get food. So when there was no food, he would go down the hill down there to the Speedway gas station, and he would get the leftover hot dogs and stuff from the grill, which they don't have anymore, by the way.
Yes, and that's where I gained all my weight from eating all that stuff, because I was so hungry. And I would eat too many of that stuff, which are high in calorie and high in sodium. And as far as I know, I could have diabetes. I mean, I haven't been fully tested yet. I mean, I've been tested, had the possibility of getting pre-diabetes. I'm on medicine for it, but I haven't gone and actually get fully tested. But I do have an appointment next year to talk to my primary care doctor about that.
Yes.
To help myself. If I'm able to afford it, if I don't get my health care taken away.
Yeah. And his mom she would rarely cook, so she would mostly bring home dinner, so she would get like Burger King and Arby's and the KFC bowls, and every Friday night you get the Papa John's pizza, and she would always get you the same one that would give you heartburn.
Yes. Yes, and I get it really bad, and I know a lot of that's due to my weight. And I know that you need to lose weight too.
I know.
Because you don't get a lot of food as it is, with your mother being a penny saver, and even admitted she's cheap.
Yeah, she actually did admit that.
Sorry if you're watching the video. But you did say that to her. It's still, people can't help with the way they look and stuff.
Yeah.
They can't help where they grew up. It's on their parents. And like these kids that are getting deported and stuff, those are not here because they want to be here. It's because their parents brought them here. And how do you feel about that?
That's sad. Because a lot of times they're escaping their homeland when they're back in their homeland with their bunch of gangs and stuff, and it wasn't safe, so they thought they would come here and it would be safe, and then now it's not safe here anymore, basically.
And as far as we know, they could be torturing all these people.
Yeah.
And sugarcoating and making it look like they're not. Because all these videos you see could be AI acting like they're all fine and dandy when they're not.
And a lot of people, if they're taking our citizens, but they won't let them show them their papers and stuff just based on the color of their skin.
Yes, and even if they do show them their ID and stuff, some of them don't believe them.
Yeah.
And think about some of these people that are becoming ICE agents are not even fully trained, or they're overweight themselves and can barely run. And they're trying to complain that, ooh, you're overweight, so you can't be in this country. And stuff like that.
Yeah.
We don't like the color of your skin. We don't like the language you speak. It's like if you speak Spanish, they think you're not American.
Yeah. And it's hard for people with disabilities to move to other countries because a lot of other countries, especially if you have autism, won't let you migrate there because you have autism. Like Australia, actually.
And if you didn't know, I do have autism.
Yes.
I was diagnosed when I was at the age of 13. If it weren't for my stepmother, I wouldn't have known that I had autism. And how do you feel about them trying to discriminate against people who have autism? When you even might have autism yourself.
Yeah. I'm not sure. I've never been diagnosed, but hopefully one day I will when it's safer to be diagnosed.
And then your mother even said that
She actually finally admitted at one point that she believes that I do have autism. Of course, she said Asperger's, which is technically not the term they use anymore.
That was just a name. That was just the guy's last name who came up with it.
Yeah.
It was just his last name and not what they should have been calling it. It's just a different part of the spectrum of autism.
Yeah.
And not everybody is like mute and everything else. Like you can hear me here. Like years ago when I first started doing YouTube, I wouldn't have been able to do a video like this.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been able to do a video. I would completely shut down. It took me a while. I just had to kind of force myself to do it. And the more I do it, the easier it got for me. But I still stumble on my words every now and then, especially when I'm doing the outros for some reason.
Yes, and this thing about how you used to be when you talking just fine in stores and you get out of the habit of going to stores, and now it's harder for you since you haven't done it in a long time.
Yeah.
And that you are going to work on trying to get better at that. Now that we got new microphones here.
Yes.
Brand new DJI microphones here. They're way better than those Rode microphones that we had. And they probably sound better too.
And hopefully next year we won't even be in this condo anymore. We'll be in a house and going to see Richard Marx in concert.
Yes, and we're in the process of getting my mother's condo sold from when she passed away.
Yes.
In fact, right now it's being renovated right now.
Yeah.
I getting new paint, new toilet because my mother let it go.
And it was black, like black.
I mean, it's like
that frame.
like this black. It's
Yeah,
how
like
black the toilet was. Yeah, see it? There's our picture. There's our picture again.
Yes.
When they went to the Comic-Con.
Yes. Anyway. So that's...
It's supposed to fall over.
Anyway, they have to finish renovating that condo first and get that sold before we can work on getting this one renovated and sold and then getting a house, even though the one we liked is now gone.
Yes, because and it was under 200,000.
Yeah.
So Cincinnati does have cheap housing because these are a lot of older homes here. Because a lot of where I live over here used to be all farmland and everything.
Yep.
Especially this over here. these condos were built on an old lake bed here, and they always complain that the basement's flood, but it's your fault for building on a lake bed. What used to be a lake bed.
It's like where I live is in Norfolk, Virginia at the moment. That area, Tidewater, Virginia, Hampton Roads. It's basically a big swamp. It's called the Great Dismal Swamp. It's down in like Suffolk, and I can't figure out why people keep building on the swamp. And they literally have built like apartments for people age 55 and older. They're pretty brand new, right on the beach of the bay in Virginia Beach, right down from where my grandma's house was, right on the sand. And I'm like, why would you build it there? Hurricanes.
Yes, hurricanes and.
Now, if you want your house to sink in the swamp, then go for it. That's pretty much what will probably happen. Because apparently what I have read and heard is that it's already sinking in that area because we're so below sea level already.
I mean, that's
it wouldn't take much.
That reminds me of the Walmart in Garfield Heights, Ohio, that had to be shut down because of it sinking into the ground because they built it on top of a old trash dump. Why would you build a Walmart on top of a trash dump?
I don't know. They have a park that I actually used to go to with my grandma in Virginia Beach called Mount Trashmore. It's literally built on top of a giant, what used to be a landfill, and now it's a park. With the giant landfill, you can still see the big hills and everything, and now it's all grass and stuff. It's called Mount Trashmore for a reason.
And I wonder how that's environmentally friendly to be and safe for people to be on. Because you don't know how much chemicals are seeped into that dirt there from what people used to throw away and not recycling their chemicals. And which is what I have trouble with here because I don't know where to take stuff since I don't drive. And it's hard for me to pick up stuff.
I do want to mention coming up in a couple weeks on the 27th, which is actually Thanksgiving this year. It'll be 4 years since my dad passed away. So that's fun.
I might have not gotten along with my mother too well, but I did care about her.
Yeah.
Even though we didn't get along very well.
You're the only one that was here. You went to the hospital with her every time she was in the hospital, except for this last time.
Because she told me that she was going to just a regular hospital and not hospice care. If I would have known it was going to be hospice care, I would have been there when she passed away.
Yeah, you were there when she had all her surgeries and her heart surgery, and then you stayed with her for how, like, what was it like?
It was 7 months.
Yeah, that.
And yes, that did get frustrating after a while because she would tell me to be quiet and stuff, but she would be up at all hours and I could barely get some sleep. That's why I have sleeping problems. It was because of being there for 7 months.
Yeah, and she would stress you out, and then you would end up binge eating, and then she had that really loud air conditioner like yours too, and you had to sleep on that uncomfortable couch and the inflatable mattress that dad kept buying you that kept going flat and stuff.
Yeah, they kept getting a hole in it because it couldn't handle my weight, and I'm having to sleep on the couch and stuff.
Yeah, because the grandmother's bed was too uncomfortable.
Yes, the bed was like
hard as a rock.
No, I mean, sleeping on concrete would have been better than that. Like my floors that you see in my kitchen that you've seen before, like right behind me and stuff. You see over here and behind me and stuff over here. Sorry about pointing the finger, but I was pointing out to you back there. Like those are ceramic tile. I'd rather sleep on ceramic tile than that mattress. I mean, it was literally hurting my shoulder and my back, and I had to. One time I had the ear surgery to get rid of a cyst in my ear, which I got back again.
Oopsie.
Which I might end up have more surgery for, or if it keeps getting bigger, and we do have an appointment to get that checked in January. But anyway, my back was hurting from sitting on that bed constantly, and I'm not like someone who sits on a bed all day. I sit in a chair. I don't sit on a bed. And here she'd be having me sit instead of replacing my broken chair, I had to sit for years on a broken desk chair.
Yeah.
And sleep in a desk chair because, yes, I hate to admit it, but I was a hoarder of trash at one point in time.
I only sit on my bed because I do have a chair, but my room is like really small. So I don't have a desk or anything anymore, so I only have a certain spot where I can put my laptop when I'm at home, so it's just easier for me to get to it on my bed than having to move to my chair all the time.
And you know how bad I was with the hoarder. Dumb how bad it was. Like, give me an example about how high the trash went up to.
Well, let's see. It was close to the ceiling in the bedroom over there. It was quite a mountain. And then his dad and his stepmom and his cousin came and found out and cleaned it all out and then got rid of a whole bunch of his stuff that he didn't want them to throw out.
It's because they thought it had a bunch of disease and stuff on it when it could have been cleaned.
Yeah, a bunch of stuff that I had given and stuff.
Like
too.
stuffed animals that could have been cleaned.
Yeah.
Yes, I know they're worried about mold and everything, but this stuff did not have mold on it.
They threw out that old Mickey Mouse container that had all the 45s in it that I gave you.
Yes, and that was her mother's.
Uh-oh.
It was your mother's case.
I don't think she knew about that. I don't even think she remembers that case anyway.
Yeah. But now she might, if she watches our video.
She doesn't really watch them. I don't think she thinks about it, really.
But she does watch our videos sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes.
Like if we ask her to actually watch it.
Let's not ask her to watch this one.
And yes, we know this is a long video, but we've had a lot to say here.
Yeah, ow.
Yes, as of right now, as we're recording, until we're 51 minutes long.
Yeah.
But I don't care. As long as we need to talk, And you can pause the video and we'll come back to it if you have to.
Yeah.
Because we don't get a chance to do videos like this.
Yeah, that's why.
Because they focus on other things like cooking and stuff.
Yeah, we don't normally make long videos like this. It's hard.
Because we're not living together, it's harder for us to make videos like this.
Yeah, at least not yet. Hopefully next year.
Hopefully by this time next year we'll be living together.
Yes.
And tell them about what my dad wanted me to do before we could live together.
His dad wanted him to get a vasectomy before we could live together.
Even though with his weight he couldn't get it. He couldn't do what he needs to do to get me pregnant anyway.
Yeah, that.
Which I don't want to say because YouTube might not like it.
Yeah, be careful with the words. You know.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean. If you know what I mean, just to.
We get it.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's what we were saying. But you shouldn't be saying that stuff. It's their choice if they want to do it or not. But we're not about getting pregnant. No. We can't afford it.
Yeah.
Not in Trump's economy anyway. Plus, you're getting to that age where it'd be harder for you not to have complications with the pregnancy.
Yeah.
And yes, and on this Sunday here, it'll be my 47th birthday.
Yes.
We were going to go out and eat and stuff, but now with the SNAP not being done, we're just gonna stay home.
Yeah.
Just eat what we got at home instead.
I got to make that pie tomorrow anyway, which I'll be filming.
Yes, we're making a sweet potato pie.
Yes, my home.
And we also got a collab that we're part of coming up too.
We have to get the stuff for.
And you can say who the collab's with.
Oh, it's collab is hosted by our friend Angel McMillan. She's doing a Christmas treats collab on December 4th, I believe.
And her channel's called Homemaking with Angel.
Yes.
If you want to go follow her.
Yeah.
And,
Look at that.
And at least we got our friends that support us, unlike our parents that don't really support us very well.
So yeah, we gotta make that, and then we're gonna be doing our own Thanksgiving together. So we gotta finish getting everything we want for that, and then now I got everything I can make. I'm gonna be making my grandma's Jello salad. She calls it a Jello salad. It could be a salad or a dessert. It's very versatile, but it does take 2 days to make because the Jello has to set. Then the next day is when you make the topping.
It sounds more like a dessert than it does a...
Yeah, it can be a dessert. She just called it a Jello salad because she was a fan of Jello salad. She had this one Jello salad she used to make. It was lime Jello with like shredded cucumber and stuff in it. But the weird part was the thing she put on it. Horseradish. And she was supposed to put 1 teaspoon one time when she was making it. She put 1 tablespoon of horseradish.
And yeah, back in the day when people used to love those jellos,
Yeah,
like
that
back
was
in the
her.
60s and stuff.
Yeah, that was her.
Yeah, my grandmother did the same thing.
But yeah, that's the cooking we're going to be doing. And then we still got to get the ornaments and stuff on the tree. We want to film cleaning out the closet. And there's also some vinyl records in the closet. We want to do a video on that and show that collection. And then we have all kinds of arts and crafts over here.
Yes, you know that my tree's up all. Anyone who's a regular viewer knows that my tree's up all year round. Even though we just took off the old cheap, what we call Dollar Tree as Dollar Hell, cheapy ornaments that were made out of paper and stuff. We didn't want those anymore.
Yeah,
I like paper drums and stuff.
Yeah, we got a new topper for it over here that we have to switch out somehow.
Yeah, because the one that we have, it just leans to leans to the left.
Leaning Tower of Pisa star. Topper.
Yes, and we've tried everything that we can to straighten that thing out, and this is annoying.
Yeah.
And it was bought from Dollar Hell to begin with.
So we also have a whole bunch of new ornaments we got to go on the tree. We got to put that on there and film that, and then we got all these arts and crafts over here. Some of it we're going to film, some of it not, because we have these Christmas ornaments right here that I got that we're going to paint. And we have this clear spray we're going to spray on them to keep it so that...
But we're going to use some of the old stuff that we have as a tester just to see so we know how much spray to use. Because last time I used that on that little autism butterfly that I showed you that she made for me.
Yes.
I used way too much stuff on it because I didn't know when enough was enough on it.
And we got this one that we got last time I was here from Michael's back there. It's a little circle paint with butterflies and stuff. We paint that.
You can grab it and show it.
If I can. Somebody's. Okay. Got it. Okay, this thing. We have that too. It's paint by number.
That should be fairly easy when it's paint by number.
Yeah, we got that. We got the ornaments, and then I just got a couple things here. I just brought this one with me. I got this from Dollar Tree. It's one of those diamond things. Diamond art things. It's a sloth keychain. I just got that because I know someone who loves sloths. This was actually supposed to be for Halloween last year, and I completely forgot about it, and it got hidden in my arts and crafts thing.
We're going to use that as a little tester.
Yeah, we can use that as a tester, just a skeleton. And then we found this at Kroger. I know someone who loves turtles. So we grabbed that. I really like the paint that came with it. It's pretty looking. And we got extra paint and brushes when we went to Target one time. But yeah, that's all of our arts and crafts stuff we have still right there.
That we're going to be filming.
Yeah.
And sorry we haven't been putting out videos a lot lately. It's just been hard with my mother passing away and me getting the motivation.
Yeah.
Especially when I'm by myself.
Yeah.
Get to be motivated enough to want to film like I used to. I want to get back to it, but it's just hard, especially when I have my provider coming all the time and he just randomly calls early in the morning, which I'm not too fond of.
Yeah.
Calling at 8, 9, 9:30 in the morning when I'm trying to sleep.
Yeah.
Because I don't sleep at normal hours. Sometimes I'll go to bed and it'll be 5 o'clock in the morning when I go to bed.
I usually go to sleep around 1, but I never know how long it's going to take me to fall asleep. Lately, I haven't been falling asleep till almost 3.
Yes. And some nights you go to bed after 2:30, because it's hard for you to, like you said, get to sleep.
Yeah. I have to wind down and I have to do certain things before I can go to sleep. So.
And it's not because we have sleep apnea like some people think that I did, like the doctors when I had my ear done, because as I have a hard time with anesthesia, it always has a problem with my oxygen after anesthesia, and I always have to stay overnight because of that.
Yeah.
And they're thinking it's because of sleep apnea and my weight and stuff. No, it's not because of that. Yeah, it might be contributed to my weight, but it's definitely not that I can't get to sleep. I blame it on me with my mother. Living with her for 7 months, which didn't help. It's like we said, because I thought myself that she would do.
Yeah.
Didn't help that she was smoking too.
Yeah.
And that would mess up my sinuses and everything.
Yeah, every time you go over there, you get stuffy.
Yes, even though I probably won't now since they're cleaning it out now.
Yeah.
And replacing what needs to be replaced and painting where it needs to be painted. last time we were over, they were painting the living room.
Yeah.
We had to go over there when we were selling my mother's car.
Yeah. And then they called all of a sudden and said they were going to come take away her old couch, and they were supposed to be doing it the next day, and then they changed it to that day, and we had to rush over there, and then they left, and then all of a sudden your brother said that the guy needed the money after the guy said he took care of it.
Yes, and then we were supposed to pay them, but if you wouldn't have said anything, I would have paid them immediately.
Yeah.
And my brother ended up having to pay him, and I don't like taking money from people and keeping it when it's meant for something else, but he didn't say anything
Yeah.
about giving the money back, but I don't think he cared, but it's not the way he wants to be giving me money. And we used to not really speak very much until my mother passed away. Because they were feuding for some reason, and we don't know why, because my dad won't tell me, and I'm not going to ask my brother about it since it's not important anymore since she passed away. And all the lights in the kitchen that you see that are in the background here, my brother was the one who installed all those lights in there.
Oh, that's cool.
Him and his friend at the time, who he doesn't talk to anymore, they were the ones who installed it, and after that's when they had the feud, and it was during the time when my uncle passed away, when he was 55 years old. 2 days after his birthday from an enlarged heart, because he would never go to the doctor, and the last time he had gone to the doctor was in 1982,
Yeesh.
when the army made him, because he was an army veteran. And you know the movie We Were Soldiers? He knew every single guy that they were talking about in the movie, and his troop would have been one of the ones that would have gone to Vietnam if they didn't end it. If they didn't end it, he would have been over there.
Yeah, and yesterday we cleaned out the little closet out there on the deck. That's where we found your old lamp in the box with the balloons and stuff on it. It's in the closet back there now.
Yeah, I mean, we would show it to you, but and just
I already put it away.
I put it away.
With a couple other things we found that I didn't know was in there.
Yeah, stuff that's in there. We will be having that on display in our new home, which we will be showing it eventually. We will be showing it. Because I would rather stuff be shown than to be stored in a box somewhere to where it's just collecting dust. What's the point of having it if you're not going to display it?
Yeah, I have a Mickey Mouse lamp that used to sit on my bedside table behind me growing up. I forgot he glowed until I saw a picture. I was like, oh yeah, he lights up. I don't know what mine still does. If I still have it, I think I do.
And we don't know if you have all the parts to it. Is the thing, like the lampshade and everything else.
I can't remember the lampshade. I think it was just a plain white lampshade that I had on mine.
No, but I'm thinking,
I don't know what happened to it. As if I still have the lamp. The last time it was in the attic in one of my containers, and I want to say I still have it, but I've gotten rid of quite a bit of stuff. So I was kind of made to.
Yes, like everybody else, we've gone back to using physical media.
Yeah.
Well, because I bought a CD player, which I thought was broken.
So then we went back and got another one, so now we have two. But now they fixed the first one, so now we got two of them.
Yeah, it's a 50 CD changer from Sony.
Yeah.
We've been buying CDs because all my CDs got thrown out when they were cleaning up my place from me hoarding all that trash.
Yeah.
That's basically because of my mother, because I hadn't really fully lived by myself then.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that now.
Nah.
No, I wouldn't do that now. I'm a lot more mature and much better.
Yeah.
And I do get sick and tired of people trying to treat us like we're children, even though we're grown adults. Like telling me, ooh, you can't live with this person unless you cut yourself off. If you know what I mean. And no, I do not want to do that.
Yeah.
I want to be fully intact. And stuff like that. And yes, I know I overeat, and I know that I don't exercise like I should, and I know that I need to start working on that, but it's hard when I don't have a gym membership. And I literally had to buy a walker to get around, and that's sad that I had to do that.
Yeah.
For stuff. Especially when I got to Comic-Con, I had to use that walker because I get tired out very easily. It's mostly due to my weight.
I didn't have an easy time that day only because of the chair I was sitting in, which is over there now. I think my legs were throbbing from that chair for some reason. It had the worst lumbar support or something.
And I had the worst desk chair.
Yeah, that thing.
And we can see the chair now. Look how much taller the leg part is versus the actual seating position.
Yeah.
It's like you're sitting like this.
Yeah.
You see how my hand is like this? You were sitting like this, but not that drastic, but just the seat was here, then the leg part was over here.
Yeah.
And you would raise your legs slightly with it.
Yeah.
Which I don't know why they did that.
I don't know.
Why would Amazon do something like that? It's not completely flat. Like it should. It's not like this. It's like this.
It killed my lower back, and it was sending the pain down my legs. So my legs were throbbing.
Yes, and I got rashes on my legs because of that chair.
Yeah.
That are finally healing from it because my leg would be scraping up against the metal or wood or whatever they got inside there for the padding because of myself being overweight.
Yeah.
And yes, I hate to admit it, but the last time I weighed myself was 309 pounds, which I shouldn't be.
It was 307, but it's not too much of even. Mine was.
Because it just keeps on fluctuating because of.
Mine fluctuates too. At one point it was 151, and then this morning, and I hadn't even eaten anything yet. I had just woken up not that long ago. It was 153.
That's probably just water weight. A lot of that's water weight.
Yeah.
I assume that was water weight.
I don't know. Well, I sleep in the bed, but he can't sleep in the bed until they put the stupid headboard on it.
Yes, I got a brand new bed.
and the headboard was broken, so they sent a whole nother bed, and all we needed was the headboard. And they still need to put the headboard on the bed now.
Yes, and his provider won't put it on, then put it on.
Yeah.
Yes, it weighs a ton, but it just needs to be screwed on. Like he could get one of his friends to come help him put it on.
Yeah, and he used to bring the ottoman from down in the garage up here. So
that was my mother's. It'd be better than the little cheapy one that I bought off of Amazon for you. It's literally just basically a padded lid storage box is basically what it is.
Yeah, the Superman blanket's yours, isn't it? The red one.
Yes, when you consider that to be more like a storage box.
Yeah.
Then
and I like being able to raise my legs up, but
it helps you, makes it easier. And I always sleep with my legs down. And yes, I have lymphedema also, which I'll have for the rest of my life. Same as my psoriasis and everything that I have. If you see here, the redness over here, it's all because of my psoriasis.
Yeah, and
like it's flaring up. If you notice right there, you can see it better when I pull up my glasses.
And you need to change your stockings badly.
Yes, I know I've been procrastinating with that, but I need to get to it. And I'm not always the best at taking showers either, because you can blame that because of my autism. I don't have anybody here to force me to take a shower, which a lot of people with autism have problems with taking showers. Like, I watched this one guy that I found from a TikTok. He has issues with taking showers too, and his mother has to force him. And even he recently, in the last few years, his mother found out she has autism herself.
Oh.
So.
Yeah, I take a shower every 3 to 4 days because if I take too many, my hair will get dried out and my head will start itching. But then if I don't take enough, my hair gets really oily and my head will start itching. So.
I mean, technically, you could just not put your head under the water and take a shower every day if you wanted to, but
I don't think about it.
But I've
I
heard.
don't get that dirty or anything. So.
But I've heard.
You're not really supposed
I've heard.
Yeah, you're not really supposed to take a shower every day because it's not good for your skin, and I already have bad skin anyway.
Yes,
so.
and even I was told by a former dermatologist I was supposed to take like every 3 days.
Yeah, that's what I do.
because of my psoriasis, and you can see I get it everywhere. I get it on my elbows here. See how this is just red from sitting on the table here, but it's rough here, and you can feel it.
Yeah.
That's all because of my psoriasis.
Yeah, I don't have any right now, but I get this random red rash sometimes, especially when I'm stressed.
And we will be getting into the dermatologist.
Yeah.
When we eventually find a new one.
You need one.
Because somehow, for some reason, my dermatologist dropped me. And I think it's because of being on Medicaid that she just doesn't doesn't take Medicaid, is what I'm assuming.
Yeah, I found out recently that my gynecologist is retiring, so.
Yes, you have to find somebody else.
Then the same practice, but we'll see. I don't know who it's going to be now.
But sometimes they're not as good as who you were seeing.
I know that's not the most comfortable thing in the world to go through, obviously.
Yeah, why? Rob loves his main doctor, but he doesn't see her very often because she's always busy and booked up.
Yeah.
And then
Patrick.
the nurse practitioner.
Rude.
Yeah, tell him how rude he was the last time.
He had sent a message to him about his ear or something, or the ear and the rash and something. And he sent a message back saying that he needed to see his primary care doctor or something like that.
Yes, yeah, but we're doing the electronic visits.
Yeah, that.
Electronic visits, because I do those more often because I can just describe it and they know exactly what I need to get because I get it so often.
Yeah.
With my ear infections and stuff, and my skin problems and stuff, because I can't see a dermatologist until I can find one, which I'm looking forward to in the new year. But at some point, I need to know where I'm living first, so I know where to get the best doctor.
Yeah, and then you have to get new glasses.
Yeah, but I haven't had since 2022.
I got my new lenses in these frames back in August.
Yes, and your mother was cheap on them and didn't get you the transitions.
They just have the blue thing in them. My other one has a transition still, but
Because you can't-
this is the most updated. They didn't make any changes to my left eye, just my right eye. And like I had said before in another video, I was told that I'll eventually need bifocals.
Yes, and you can't just go back and forth between a new prescription and an old prescription. It's gonna strain your eyes.
Yeah, that's why I don't really do that anymore. They're just kind of backups. Say something happens to these.
I did find my mother's old glasses.
Yeah.
And I'm giving you those frames because you actually like those frames. They fit you. And they're not your typical frames because they have the nose pads on it, which those are definitely going to need to be replaced on them.
I haven't. These don't have the nose pads because used to be nose pads were just very uncomfortable to me for some reason. I didn't like the feeling.
But now that we're older,
Maybe
it might be different.
I'd have to try it again.
Yeah, because because you have stuff on the back of your frame to keep it from falling. Because plastic frames can be heavy.
Yeah, and I was dumb. These are the things, and I have a whole package of them, but I didn't bring it with me, so I only have these, and they kind of get worn after a while, and they get really slippery, and I don't have any more with me, so I forgot to bring extras. So I'm stuck with these. It's just so they don't go forward.
And these are the only type that I can wear with the straight arms.
Yeah, I'm tired of pushing.
It's not technically straight here because it goes with the shape of your head. That's the shape of my head because I bent them to the shape of my head. But still, and I can't go with like a cheapy frame. These are Oakley branded ones. I can't go with like some off-brand.
Yeah, these are actually Alyssa Milano, Touched by Alyssa Milano glasses frames.
She doesn't have her line anymore.
No, I won these years ago. Didn't think I was ever going to win anything, so that was pretty cool.
Unlike our one friend that said you won a Halloween gift basket and you never received it.
Yeah, oh well.
Never received that. I mean, yes, I mean, like, every time I try to win something else happens.
Yeah.
It's like every time I try to go to the dentist, something happens.
Yeah.
I haven't been to the dentist in almost 4 years because when my mother was alive, every time I would have a dentist scheduled, I'd have to reschedule it, and they would reschedule it 6 months out instead of giving me the next.
And then it would either be your mother again, or you would end up being sick, and you'd have to reschedule again. And now it's rescheduled for January, which mine's in January too, actually.
And I don't give a crap. I'm going.
Yeah.
It's not I almost said the F word, which I don't want to say, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to. Nothing's getting in the way of me going this time.
Yeah.
Because I'm tired of it. Of not going. And yes, I can be lazy with brushing teeth too. That's just my autism. But I am going to get better at it.
Yeah.
Be easier when I'm living with you to help with
Yeah.
that situation. To help me motivate me into. Because once I get into the habit of it, I won't one
That's like me.
big
I
issue.
have to get in the habit of doing things, and then I do it. But I have to get in the habit of it first.
Yes. It's nice to get off the topic of dumb.
Apologies that it's over an hour and 15 minutes long now, this video.
But we did
You can just listen to it in the background. You don't have to sit there and watch it.
more like a podcast style.
Yeah.
And it's like a sit-down vlog and stuff, which we don't usually do a lot of these.
Yeah.
Which is really nice that we can actually do it.
Yeah.
We're trying not to be too loud because of the noise ordinance with my condo dome and because of the new person at the head HOA is a stickler for it.
Yeah, it is weird stuff. Like, no barking dogs and kids can't play outside and stuff like that. Like, how do you stop that from happening?
And how can you stop a dog from running around in their own home?
Yeah.
What's supposed to do? Keep the dog caged 24/7?
Yeah.
And they said no riding bicycles, no skateboarding, no nothing outside. Thinking people are going to get hit by a car. There's not enough traffic over here for people to get hit by a car.
Yeah. There's a giant hill.
It's a condo development.
Yeah.
It's not like you're on a busy road.
They complain. They complain when kids play outside, but then they complain when kids don't play outside. I don't get it.
Yeah, they complain when you bounce the ball inside. So a kid can't be a kid.
Yeah.
Kid has to sit there attached to a video. You wonder why kids are attached to video games all day.
Yeah, and phones and stuff.
Because they can't do anything. Because they tell you to go play outside, and then they go and complain that you're playing outside.
Yeah. Not like when we were growing up when we played outside all the time.
Then had to be in when the street light came on.
We had porch lights where I grew up because it was the country.
Yes, but still, we were back in the 80s. I told you, come
Yeah,
home
street light.
when the street lights come. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, my dad always knew where to find me. My friends, I was like, if I would get in trouble, I would get in trouble and be grounded. And since I had been living in the basement of the house.
With the toilet in the wide open, and then the cage for Watson, your dog, the Dalmatian.
Yes, and the giant safe that we never opened from the previous owners, which was weird because ironically, when we went to go sell that house after they moved to Oklahoma, the original owners who we bought it from bought the house back. After we had already changed a few things in the house.
Yeah.
And everything. I mean, the house was so old, it had the original style microwave in there that was built into the actual oven. It was like the size of the oven that's behind me. Like that oven that's behind me right there. That was the size of the microwave.
Yeah. My first microwave oven that I remember having when I was growing up, my grandma kind of had the same thing. It was the whole attached thing. So the microwave and the stove and oven were all one attached thing. And my grandma had one just like it. She had the microwave with the turn knobs for a long time until hers died. And then she got rid of it, of course, and then got the separate. And then ours died, so we had to get the separate eventually.
Yeah. Nipping. You can see how technology changes over the years.
Yeah.
Versus when it first came out. Everything gets made smaller and smaller and smaller.
And there's that AI stuff and taking over people's jobs.
And I wonder, and people are complaining, say, get a job, get a job, get a job. How can you get a job if AI is taking over?
Yeah, because everything is all, self-checkout and automated order machines at fast food places and stuff like that now. Like my Taco Bell, you don't order at the counter, you order on the screen.
Yes, and how about Walmart wanting to take away the self-checkouts?
Yeah.
Because they think it's going to prevent theft.
No, it won't. And then I saw earlier, Target wants their employees to smile more.
You can't force someone to smile. It's like, I don't smile. It's because of my autism. I don't really like smiling. I look like a creep when I smile.
Yeah, I have a weird smile sometimes. I never know how it's going to come out.
Yeah, like, give me an example.
Like, like I never know how it's gonna come out because sometimes I do this, and sometimes it's wide or sometimes it's crooked. I don't know.
Or when I went to the, if you look at the thumbnail for picture for when we went to the sign museum,
Yeah.
how I look puffy. Yeah. It's because of my weight, being overweight. And yes, I know I need to shave here.
I know.
I'm just lazy about it. And yes, I'm going white.
Yeah. You worked at Target and my dad worked at Target. My dad also worked at Walmart.
Yes, I worked there for 6 months, being a cart attendant, bringing in the carts. But it started out as a 2-person job, and then they complained when after I moved to a 1-person job that I wasn't fast enough.
You know, Dad worked in the electronic department at Target. Of course. That was a specialty everywhere.
Yes, and I went working after that to the local hospital, which I got fired from after working there for 5 years.
And that's where your mom would take all your paychecks from working at the hospital. And
Yeah.
And she made you go to work sick.
Yes, it made me go. Yeah, I was basically working for free.
Yeah.
Because she had it direct deposit into her bank account instead of going. You know what I mean? All I would see was like $20 a week from my money for her, it was just for my lunches.
And then you had bronchitis, and she made you go to work when you had bronchitis.
Yes, and that's not good, especially when you're around in food service.
Yeah.
And I had to go up to the ER just to get proof that I was sick.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
she made you walk around on your broken foot.
Yeah, when I was younger,
Yeah.
yes. And yes, I got fired from a job because literally I heard my boss say under her breath that I was a piece of crap. I mean, it's the other word she said for crap. The one with the IT in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, she literally called me that under her breath.
And you got fired from Speedway because the idiot in the lotto machine.
Yes. Yeah, trying to cash out a lotto ticket on my register, and she didn't do it correctly.
And you got blamed for it.
Yeah, because she didn't cash it out on the actual machine that came from the Ohio lottery. And you weren't supposed to give a ticket back if it's over $50. You weren't supposed to give it back. And she gave it to him back, and he was able to go cash it out twice for his big winnings. For his 80 some odd, like $89 it was. So he got $89 twice because it wasn't cashed out correctly.
Yeah.
And I got blamed for it.
Mm-hmm.
And he would always call me whenever he'd see me outside. He'd say, "Could you come work for me?"
Yeah, that one time you were sitting in the airport waiting to go to Tampa, and he called you to come into work.
No, it wasn't that. No, that was that woman that that fired me while sitting in the airport.
And that's why you couldn't go see John Mellencamp.
No, I had to go. No, I was in the airport by Christmas time.
Yeah.
No, I had to go call the district manager to get my job.
Yeah.
Back. I had to keep my job. I shouldn't have to be calling a district manager to keep my job.
Yeah.
It's sad when you have to have the direct number to your district manager. But I had it. And then she ended up getting fired and everything. And then when she got fired, she sold a deposit for the bank that was over $1,000. And she stole it. And they never caught her for it, but we all assumed she stole it because that money went up missing. But anyway, we're going to end it here since it's getting pretty long.
Yeah, it's almost an hour and 30 minutes. I apologize. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this talking video rant. And if you did, please like, subscribe, comment. Don't forget to click that little bell icon so you know next video is coming out. And as always, all of our social media will be linked in the description box below. And thank you for watching.